Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem HaKadosh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, to be true leaders of Israel today. And salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedoms to do so. As well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. And the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we're the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Akalio, and we're heading into Jacob's trouble, man. Alright, and this Jacob's trouble is going to have this entire artificial intelligence movement happening alongside it. Alright, the push towards the intelligence age, as they've called it, and the fourth industrial revolution. And what's happening, how this AI is going to contribute to Jacob's trouble, is because the jobs are being replaced by artificial intelligence. And a lot of these common jobs, is that the proper word? These low-paying common jobs that I call it common because you have more people in those types of positions, right? Those jobs are being done away with, okay? Such as those that are on the phone calls and the phone lines, and so the brother GMS News 1 posted this. NW is losing, AI is taking over. So let's just listen real quick.
Fired, we are getting fired. Look how empty it is. They said, fuck it, we're already fired. Let's leave now. Only the black people that need their hours is still here.
Meaning, because we're suffering under the curses, right? So the Israelites, even when we see such a situation, you gotta still make ends meet. The people or nations, oftentimes more than us, have other things to rely on, but our people, really are in the trenches, okay? So that's what she's referring to, because they need their hours, they need their money, no matter what the situation is, but some others can just get up and leave and have that type of privilege.
Oh, there's one white girl in the back. She needs her money. Let's see who else. Oh, Ghost Town. Oh, look, there's Color Girl. One more. And we're fucked. Oh, we're getting...
Yeah, so apparently, she's saying AI is in the building. They've been doing, people are being laid off at AT&T en masse, it appears, and they just haven't been hit as yet. Obviously, you can see it's mostly Israelites, so-called black women, Israelite women who are there, and of course it is our people that are dominating the positions of these low-paying jobs, right? As the scriptures say, that he shall be the head and you shall be the tail. So we're at the absolute bottom, we're working, scraping the ground for pennies and all these kind of things, suffering. And then the scriptures say that let me get it actually, in Haggai chapter 1 and verse 6, ye have sown much and bring in little, ye eat, but ye have not enough, ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink, ye clothe you, but there is none warm, and he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. So that's the situation for our people, man. Our people just can't do better, because the system is built to keep us down, and that's just the way it is. The Edomites, who are these so-called white people who have a perpetual hatred for our people, they're the ones in rulership and are suffering under the curses. But this is a very strong reality for many people. And so, as you can see, this room, this is like a call center room, right? Like in Jamaica, they have a whole bunch of call centers that they have built here, right, over the past few years. Well, not past few, past several years. And, It was like in India, but the Jamaican government made whatever agreements, and our people are being paid literally like pennies. Like, what is it? Maybe $2.50 an hour. Yeah, $2.50 an hour to work at the call centers out here in Jamaica. Yeah, people gonna say, oh well, maybe if you look at the economy and the cost of living and stuff, the cost of living in Jamaica is quite high. It ain't sufficient, all right. But they're able to do that instead of having to pay their people in America the minimum wage, right? They can just pay us the 250 out here in Jamaica per hour at these call centers with the quote unquote incentives, which are those are dead end jobs because other companies do not take that job experience seriously unless you're going into another call center. So many of the call center workers actually just go from call center to call center, without actually being able to get out of it, but that's just what it is. And the artificial intelligence is taking over and is going to be replacing all of our people. So what's that going to leave for our people, right? What's going to be left for the Israelites? Okay, because once again, it is our people that are in these low paying jobs that are easily replaced by AI. Okay, and then I seen a brother almost home. He posted this. Yeah, it's just about a wrap. Pack it up. Elon Musk isn't sugarcoating it. He says universal basic income will be the only way to survive once AI wipes out most jobs. See, as machines get smarter, millions of workers will get replaced, which is true, and that's a part of their NWO agenda. All right, they intend to cull the population. So people in these jobs, they already know it's not needed. They, that I'm referring to, the wicked elite of Esau Edom, the ones driving the NWO. All right. They want to cull the population, so it's no problem for them to replace people from these jobs and then eventually get rid of them by way of the famine, the pestilences, the sword, all of these things that are coming, man. Remember what is to come. As I said, Jacob's trouble is coming. Jeremiah and Salakia, please forgive me. I am under the weather. Jeremiah 30 and verse 7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So Jacob's trouble is coming, a time of trouble like never before. All right, so these are like some very early stages, okay, where our people are starting to suffer even more than we're already suffering, okay, because people are going to be losing their jobs, can't find another job. You know what I'm saying? It's rough out there, and people are already feeling this. Okay, but yeah, Esau is going to be bringing, the pestilence and the famine and all these things, which the Lord is the one that is really bringing it, but using Esau as an instrument to bring it about. It's going to be culling a lot of the population, so it's all intentional. All right, forcing governments to pay everyone just to keep the economy alive. Love it or hate it, the future is coming, and AI doesn't care if you're ready. Yeah, I think I mentioned this in another video very recently. The development of artificial intelligence right now feels similar to the development of the smartphones and the computer and the internet and technology during the late 90s into the early 2000s and onward. And then technology kind of just like slowed down for a bit, but like now we're back in this age of, it's like the technology feels like it's rapidly accelerating again. You know what I mean? With how artificial intelligence is so prevalent and dominant, and then the way that the people of the world are gradually becoming reliant on the artificial intelligence. I mean, you have the millennials. I'm a millennial, as they call them, and then you have Generation Z and whatever. And I'm noticing that people are literally turning to ChatGPT for their answers. So they're turning to artificial intelligence, which, we've been using the technology. You know what I'm saying? We go to Google, we do the search, we go to the websites, and we find information and all of these kinds of things. But to go to the artificial intelligence and just to go to it and ask it for the questions and blindly rely on it, you can see that spirit occurring in the world. Well, At least I can see it because I notice it on the social medias and the television shows, and whatever else. Um, but it's rapidly increasing. And then this universal basic income with the loss of jobs and the artificial intelligence, right? The universal basic income it ties into the system that is coming, all right? It's basically going to be this point blank. With the microchip is the mark of the beast. All of your information is going to be tied to the microchip, including your biometrics and everything. So, what's coming is a system where they're going to put you on a universal basic income that you'll get once a month or maybe once a week. And that's what people will be living on. Okay? So, your financials are going to be tied to the microchip, right? That's their intention. No man shall buy or sell, save he that had the mark of the beast, right? To paraphrase. So your financials are tied to it, which means that the universal basic income will be tied to it. Okay. So then what they're going to do as well is that universal basic income is going to be a kind of thing of pure control, because they give you a certain amount of money, and it's not going to be a money that accumulates. It's going to be a money that they give you, and if you use it or not, you use it or not. But it's not something that you'll be like, oh, well, I'll save for this, and then maybe I'll be able to afford this. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not going to be like that. Whatever it is that they give you, that is all that you'll be able to afford within your lifestyle for the week or the month. And so, it will be like that. And then you'll have there will be a certain amount that will be allotted to certain things that you can purchase. It's a very terrible life that Esau has planned for the world. It truly is very horrific what is to come. Their plans, which is their NWO. And then thank Yahweh Shimi Shai that, that's just not it. You know what I'm saying? Because truly the system that this devil, the so-called white man, the wicked, has planned for the world is very horrific. They're basically taking life away from you. Just certain joys of life, they're prepared to take that away from you. And that's their goal too. And they're going to establish a very heavy control upon the world. But this is all at hand, right? Jacob's trouble with the job losses, the artificial intelligence, and everything. I want to see if I can find a video. All right. The fourth industrial revolution. This is it. The intelligence age.
The fourth industrial revolution will impact our lives completely. It will not only change how we communicate, how we produce, how we consume. It will change actually us, our own identity. And of course gives life to such policies and developments like smart traffic, smart government, smart cities. What we will see is that everything will be...
And those things are achieved by way of artificial intelligence. Right? The fourth industrial revolution, 4IR or Industry 4.0, is categorized by the fusion of technologies across the physical, digital, and biological domains, leading to a convergence of merging technologies like artificial intelligence, robotics, and Internet of Things. It's right in front of our faces, man. And it's happening, and it's happening quite rapidly. This is good news for those of us that believe. Let me just finish this video.
Integrated into an ecosystem driven by big data and driven particularly by close cooperation also of governments with business, civil society. And this revolution will come at a breathtaking speed. It will be like a tsunami. And actually, it's not just a digital revolution, it's digital, of course physical, with nanotechnology, but it's also biological. And
it's biologic because they're going to be merging people with the technology. And that's why it's physical as well. I mean, it's so much to it. All right. But this is what is at hand. So with that, and keep note as well, he said that this fourth industrial revolution is going to be happening at breakneck speed. All right. And look at what's happening right now. We're literally living through it. And the scriptures say in Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, talking about so-called white man, is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So it's breakneck speed that they're going to be pushing their NWO, because they know that they have a short time. Their kingdom is coming to an end. Their rulership is coming to an end. And also, even with their NWO, Yahweh Shemishai is going to strike that down. As it says in the book of Job, in the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. And it also says, in Job chapter 5 and verse 12, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So, their NWO is going to get to a certain point. The mark of the beast, which is the microchip, is going to become mandatory, and it's going to be hell on earth. And it is out of Jacob's trouble that we're going to be delivered out of. But they're not going to accomplish their goal and their vision 100% as they have planned out. It's only going to get to a certain point. Okay, once that microchip is launched, mandatory worldwide, once the prophecy is fulfilled, it is only a matter of time before Yahushua returns and the destruction hits America. Right? So, let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, and our creator is Yahweh Shemishai, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. All right, so remember the Lord now, from now, man. All right, repent from now. Okay? While, the doors of mercy are still open before, the floodgates are unleashed. The floodgates of judgment, which comes with famine and pestilence. Okay? And many other things, the Lord says that their spirits created for vengeance. So while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, or the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, those are talking about the economists, because the economy is going to crash. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grandeurs cease because they're few. Right? The grandeurs cease because they're few, because the work is being done away with, and we can see it. We're living through it. It's in real time. Okay? People are losing their jobs en masse and being replaced by the artificial intelligence. And those that look out of the windows be darkened, and they look out of the windows, right? And the windows are darkened because in the situation that our people are going to be in, it's going to look like there's no hope, especially because they don't have no hope. They worship false gods and false idols, so they don't have no hope. The only hope to have is in Yahweh Shemishai. So since they don't have any faith in Yahweh Shemishai, the situation when it comes about, Jacob's trouble and everything, is going to look completely hopeless for them. So that's why the windows look darkened but for those of us that do believe, all we see is the light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? We know that this isn't it. And we know the prophecies and understand the prophecies, and we, the mercies of Yahweh Shemishai. All right? But you people, man, you don't believe in the Lord, so you're going to get caught up out there when it is that things become much worse, because this is the very light beginning stages of what is to come. All right? We're going to be experiencing famine and pestilence and earthquakes, which the earthquakes are such a frequent thing right now. And those things are only the beginning of sorrows. And we're not even in the famines happening. You know what I'm saying? In several places around the world as yet. So we're really at the very early stages. Because there is a famine in like Sudan due to the situation over there, and then you have Palestine with the situation over there. But the famine is going to be a worldwide thing. All right, so remember thy creator. Remember Yahweh Shemishai. All right. So with that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemishai, Bashar Kodesh. Shalom.